Take a bill out of your pocket and really look at it. It's a piece of paper. You can't eat it. You can't build with it. On its own, it is completely worthless. And yet, this worthless paper decides where you live, what you eat, how you spend the hours of your life. People lie for it. People die for it. Almost everything you do is in some way a chase after it. So here's the strange part. Money isn't real. It never was. It might be the biggest lie humans ever told. And somehow, it's the lie that built the entire world. The question is, how? Most of us were taught a simple story about where money came from. Long ago, people traded directly. You had chickens, I had wheat, so we swapped. Barter. There was just one problem with barter. Imagine you raise chickens and you want a new pair of shoes. You have to find a shoemaker who happens to want chickens right now, in the exact amount. Economists call this the problem of wants. Most of the time, the trade just never happens. So the story goes, humans invented money to fix this. A single thing everyone would accept. It's a neat story. It's in textbooks, and historians and anthropologists have found basically no evidence that it's true. When they actually studied early societies, they did not find villages running on barter, waiting for money to save them. They found something far more interesting. They found debt. Before coins, before cash, people simply remembered who owed what. You give me a goat today. I owe you. The whole village keeps a kind of invisible ledger in their heads. Some of the oldest writing we've ever dug up isn't poetry or prayer. It's receipts. Clay tablets recording who owed how much grain. Money didn't begin as a coin. It began as a promise, a record of trust. And that changes everything. Because trust has a problem. It doesn't travel. I trust my neighbor. I don't trust a stranger from 3 villages away. So how do strangers trade? The answer was to invent something both of them already believed in. A thing everyone agreed had value. Not because it was useful, but because everyone else agreed too. And it could be almost anything. Throughout history, humans have used cattle, barley, salt. Roman soldiers were partly paid in it. It's where the word salary comes from. They used cowrie shells across Africa and Asia for centuries. On one Pacific island, people used giant stone wheels too heavy to move. They just remembered who owned which one. None of these things are money by nature. They became money the moment a group of people agreed to believe in them together. Then, around 2,500 years ago, in a kingdom called Lydia, someone had an idea that would reshape the planet. They took a lump of precious metal, stamped an official mark on it, and guaranteed its weight. The first coins. Now trust didn't live in your memory anymore. It lived in your pocket. You didn't have to know the stranger. You both just had to believe in the stamp. Belief had become portable, and it spread across the world like wildfire. But here is the question that breaks the whole thing open. Why gold? Why silver? We tell ourselves gold is valuable. But think about it. You can't eat gold. For most of history, you could barely do anything useful with it. It's shiny, it's rare, and it doesn't rust. That's almost the entire resume. Gold isn't valuable because of what it does. It's valuable because everyone believes everyone else will want it. Which means even real money, gold itself, was running on the exact same trick. Shared belief. And once you see that trick, you can't unsee it. Money has value for one reason and one reason only. Not gold, not governments. Because I believe that you will accept it. Because you believe the next person will accept it. Because they believe the same about everyone else. It's a belief about a belief about a belief. A giant invisible agreement held up by nothing but trust. This is what the historian Yuval Noah Harari calls a shared fiction. A story so many people believe that it becomes real. Not because it's true, but because we all act like it is. And money is the most successful story ever told. Religions can't unite everyone. Languages divide us. Empires rise and fall. But money? A Christian, a Muslim, an atheist, and an enemy who'd never agree on anything will all trust the same coin. Money is the only story every single human is willing to believe. And in the last 50 years, we took the final step. We dropped the metal entirely. In 1971, the United States cut the last link between the dollar and gold. Since that day, your money isn't backed by gold in a vault. It isn't backed by anything you can hold. It's backed by trust. That's it. The word for it is fiat, which basically means, because we say so. Today, most money isn't even paper. It's numbers on a screen. When a bank gives you a loan, it doesn't hand over a chest of coins. It types a number into a computer. We have turned pure belief into the most powerful force on Earth. And if that sounds fragile, it is. Because a shared fiction only works as long as everyone keeps believing. The moment they stop, the lie dies instantly. In Germany in the 1920s, people burned banknotes for heat because the paper was worth more as fuel than as money. In Zimbabwe, there were $100 trillion notes that couldn't buy a loaf of bread. The paper didn't change. The belief did. And when belief vanished, so did the money. So is money a lie? In a way, yes. It has no value of its own. It's a story we tell each other every single day and agree to treat as true. But here's the twist. It might be the most important lie we ever told. Because that shared story is what lets 8 billion strangers, people who will never meet, never trust each other personally, cooperate anyway. It's how your morning coffee crossed 3 continents to reach you. It's how millions of people you'll never know quietly work together to keep your world running. Money is trust made portable. A lie we tell so we can build things too big for any one tribe. So the next time you hold a coin or glance at a number on a screen, remember what you're really holding. Not gold, not value. A 5,000-year-old agreement between strangers. The biggest lie in history, and the one that built civilization. Everything humans have ever built rests on stories we agreed to believe together. Money is just the one we never question. If you want more questions like this one, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.